Hi guys, welcome back. Crypto is still tumbling and it is not getting any better anytime soon. And we have called this prediction in previous videos around a week ago, maybe less than that, just a few days ago. If you haven't already, subscribe, drop a comment, and click the bell and get your latest news in cryptocurrency. Bitcoin today is trading around 33,541. Extremely bearish. It is not getting any better, and only that, it is getting a wider gap, breaking past support and still plummeting to the bottom. We can see where we had the support of around 35,000 at the most. This is exactly what we're talking about. Just a couple of days ago, I said we're going to touch around 32. Well, we're not very far of that. At the rate that it was dropping, we've seen that actually increase even more and more and more. Where before it kind of looked like we're kind of actually getting ready to consolidate, actually start maybe breaking out and moving forward a little bit. Well, it took down to the downside as it completely just fell off a cliff. That fake out that we were talking about that we seen on the 4th of May continued, and we talked about what the 6th of May and the 7th. This got wider and wider and wider, and I was explaining to you that it was going to continue in this manner, and that's what we have. Well, the opening and close is just getting worse and worse and worse. We have some buying going on, but just not enough to fight off this. So the power and the strength of the selling that's going on right now is only increasing stronger and stronger and stronger, with the exception of today a little bit, but not enough to take that off, just engulfing the entire market. And it's not just Bitcoin, it is everywhere. Looking at the weekly, you can see the weekly looks a little bit weaker, as you can see, but it's still going down. Now we do have the death cross coming from the MACD, which is still showing that this downtrend is continuing. And the problem is this downtrend is gaining strength. It's not getting any weaker. So to actually look at around 25,000, which we spoke about before, is getting highly likely. And this is continuing even with the interest rates, with everything that's going on. It is continuing to pull on this momentum. If we're going to speak about Ethereum right now, Ethereum is trading around 2,447, and it is looking very bearish as well. It is a feeding frenzy. The same thing, not much is really different. Even that fake out that we were talking about, which was really close, we were thinking, okay, well, we're really going to start bumping up. We lost back. Well, it completely turned around and ran the other way, like a scared cat in Halloween. So it's continuing to follow in Bitcoin's footsteps, completely plummeting off the map. We fell below that. Now we're sitting around 24.97. We fell below that support as well. And it's going to continue going as it's following along the same. If we're going to look for the weekly on this matter, the weekly is doing the same, is not getting any better. And even if we even go more than that, we go into the 4 hours for Ethereum, for example, you can see that the 4 hour is absolutely horrendous as well. And it only shows, and we had that little pump here, the 7th of May, right? So we can see what's going on, and it is just absolutely horrible. We had some buying going on, but just completely just selling out. That star kind of happening. It is absolutely horrible. Just pounding, pounding, pounding. And I think we're going to drop lower than that as well. We haven't seen this low in so long. Let's go back to the daily candles. I want to see this really quick. So when we're going to look back on the last time that we had this low was back in 2021 of July. And it was around $1,700. We haven't seen that in so long that it's absolutely horrible. So we're reaching a new support level right here around 24.8, 24.83, which we already broke past that. And we're going to be around 2,300, but it's going to continue. It's not even valid to even call it. I would expect it honestly to hit around 2,200 if it continues this path here in the next week or so. If it continues with the same momentum that's actually casing, we really need a miracle for both Bitcoin and Ethereum at this point. Now, looking at Tron, which is actually quite the opposite. It had a big pump coming in. We were going over some news as well, where some whales kind of come in. Now, this double-sided wick is kind of worrisome a little bit. It did kind of go down. This looks like it's starting to engulf what actually happened yesterday. We had a lot of buying power coming in, and well, it kind of got, of course, it got sold into, but it's still kind of going in, which engulfed the previous day's candle as well. which is really good. So if you bought in from like the 30th of April, right around here, if you've actually took on that, you made some good money coming from around what 6 cents to around 86 cents. So, or I'm sorry, 8 cents. So you made around 2 cents per share for that. But I think it's going to increase a little bit more too if we can just kind of fight off this. But right now the market is in a frenzy, so it's kind of hard to tell. Too close to call right now as well. Looking at the 4 hour for Tron, we have just still trying to fight off as well from the previous, right? Let's see, this morning, right? It is just fighting off. It looks like we had some selling going, some buying coming in. So the market trend right now is kind of making this a little bit hard to call at this moment. So if we're looking at the 4 hour, for example, it is not going to do much better at this current time. Terra Luna is also falling off the market since the 7th. There was a lot of selling going on that happened, several millions of dollars, and completely just crashed the market. They're calling it intentional, but it is actually continuing to plummet now too, as it's trading at $60. It was at around 66. Was actually that cap that was that we had, but it is still falling off a cliff. 72. So and it's moving further and further away. When that happened, it looked just absolutely horrible. I mean, it'll make you sick to your stomach coming in. So from the 5th to 6th and 7th, it's just gaining strength as well, following along with Bitcoin. Bitcoin, Ethereum, the same coins as well. The only thing that seems to be doing differently right now, of course, is what we just covered was Tron. But how long can that be, celebrated at this point? So the same, everything has the death crosses going on for the volume. The volume's very low. The volume's going down low as well. With this low volume, it does show a lot of volatility right now, and really going to signify that it's going to continue to drop. Don't expect Terra Luna to really break above. Don't even expect it to stay at $61. Look at it more as it's going to touch around 57 here in the next probably week or so, as far as I see. The market in general is just horrible. Bitcoin's trading at 3.13% for the 24-hour, negative that is. And for the weekly, it is down by 13.73%. Ethereum is down in the market by 13.96 for the week and down by 4.22 for the daily. If we're talking about Solana, it's down by 17.77% for the 7-day, and we have it in minus by 5.03. Cardano is negative, which is always negative, trading at 69 cents. This one I'm telling you at $1.20 is actually very stretched out at this point. Polkadot's down 17.63% for the week, down by 6.19 for today. Tron's the only one that's really looking pretty good besides Near for the right now. Tron is up by 15.64 for the weekly and up by 4.54% for the day, which is okay. Daily Near is at 9.47, which is doing really well, considering. Algorand for the weekly is doing great, about 20.32% and 1.97 minus for the 24-hour period. Again, we'll see how that's going to last. Coming down to the last coins as well, everything is in bottom, which is typically kind of strange right now because, well, in general, the altcoins do tend to do pretty well, especially when you're looking at the top from 30 down. From 30 to 50, they're kind of doing some kind of okay, but right now most of them too are double digits. We have Pancake Swap down negative 11%, Theta Networks down by 14.5%. You have Aave down by 17%. This is 40s if we're going down up to the 30s and 20s for this. Algorand's the only one up by 20% right now, but if we're looking at Bitcoin Cash, 11%. We have Chainlink 14%. We have FTX down by 15.92. We have Cosmos down by 16. So most of these are double digits. So the market is absolutely hemorrhaging out at this point. That's all we have for today. No good news, unfortunately. Perhaps tomorrow's another day. We'll see where we're going to go. Thank you for watching. Join, subscribe, drop a comment below, hit your bell, and get your latest news in cryptocurrency.